outer space does exist. So all flat earthers out there saying that outer space doesn't exist, it does, but it's just been usurped. It's not physically going to Mars itself, the sun, Mars, the luminary. That's ridiculous. It's going to these lands where Mars is the sun. That's what they're trying to tell us. Each of these toroidal fields also has its own sun and moon. Saturn and Jupiter revolving around the outer torus field. Mars and Venus on the next toroidal field. Apollo and Artemis, or our sun and moon, on our torus field. But in the center, there is only one androgynous sun and moon, which is Mercury on the inside, okay, on this torus field, the aurora borealis. The next question, or the next natural question, would be, well, what's above these toroidal fields? Above all the toroidal fields, we've got something known as the firmament, okay? This is where the stars are. This is what we see when you look up at the sky in the evening. All the stars and the constellations. This is the firmament that sits above the last inner toroidal field, the one that Saturn and Jupiter revolves around. Okay, so that will be the cosmic egg on top. In fact, I'll put it together. So that's what it looks like, right? This would be the firmament inside this torus egg. Okay, the sky that runs across. Okay, so it's almost like a dome. Okay, so we're sealed off from these realms above. And I'll explain all that in a second, right? So when we're looking at it from underneath, when we're sat on the earth, we're seeing all the constellations revolving above us, okay? So pretty straightforward, really. So that's the firmament, okay? So this firmament, on its axis, right, is revolving, okay? There's motion, everything's moving above us, but the terra firma we're standing on is obviously not moving, okay? So this axis is revolving, it's turning the firmament with all the stars and the constellations and everything else. In turn, it's also affecting the motions of these toroidal fields that are spinning around us, like we discussed earlier on. Those toroidal fields are also carrying the suns and moons around, which is causing our days and nights and seasons and times, okay? And that in turn, that motion is also creating our weather, our winds, our currents, flows, airstreams, everything else. So it's one big system working together. It's a network starting from the cosmic vortex, okay? So what that would look like is something like this. Okay. Now, interestingly enough, okay, we talked about the planets. I suppose many people will be asking, what about Uranus and Neptune and Pluto? Okay. So I think Uranus and Neptune are the two realms above. Okay. So Uranus is the firmament above us. Why am I saying this? Well, Mother Gaia, we all know, is Earth in Greek mythology, okay? Gaia was married to Uranus, right? The planet Uranus, as they tell us, Uranus was named after Gaia's husband, Uranus. Uranus married to Uranus. These two are married, okay? They go hand in hand. Same thing with Kemetic Egyptian mythology, okay? You've got Mother Geb. She was married to the Egyptian god Nut. And Nut is always depicted as the sky. Okay? So Uranus, Nut, Uranus, same thing. Okay? They also tell us that Uranus and Neptune are kind of planets, but they're exoplanets. They don't go in the same category as these 7 wandering stars. Okay? They put in a different category. And that's the reason why. Okay? Pluto the planet Pluto was named after the Greek god of the underworlds. And that's because Pluto is the firmament below us. As above, so below. There's a firmament above us, but there's also a firmament below us. Okay? Below the great sea, the great deep, the Gabadoka Ocean, as the Vedics called it. Okay? So that tells me syncretically that there is a firmament and what the firmament is, and that shows you how I've come to that conclusion. Okay? Above that, you've got Neptune. Neptune was named after the keeper of the waters. Okay, which waters? The waters above and the waters below. Okay, so Neptune is the keeper of the waters. This is the next realm. By the way, these realms above the firmament are very transcendental. We cannot go to these planets naturally. We all know that. Okay, these are luminaries. These are suns and moons. We can't go to the suns or the moons. Okay, outer space does exist. Like I said, it's beyond these Van Allen belts and these lands beyond. This would be outer space. Okay, definitely we cannot go up here. This place is very, very transcendental. It's spiritual. You can only go there as a soul or a spirit or a star. All the same thing. Okay? This is the only time you can go up there, and I'll explain all that in a minute. Okay? So mainstream science tells us that there is Uranus, Neptune, and I'll explain how the heavens work. So there are 4 heavens and there are 4 hells. In fact, the Vedics say there are 7 heavenly realms and 7 hellish realms. Again, we'll go through that in a second. So mainstream science tells us that there's the Milky Way galaxy, Andromeda galaxy, and the Omega galaxy, and then the point of singularity. Okay? This is where Polaris is. Polaris is right at the top. Okay? Right in the center of the axis, the cosmic axis. Right? Everything is spinning around Polaris, just like we witness with our eyes. When you look up at the North Star, Polaris, you see all the stars are revolving, yeah, around Polaris. Okay? Polaris is Brahma, the creator. This is Big Brother. So when you see that triangle with the eye that these elites show us, this is what they're trying to tell us, that Big Brother is watching. Okay? Unfortunately, they're twisting it and usurping it and making it very occult. It shouldn't be an occult thing. This is something everyone should know. Okay? This is Big Brother. This is our father. This is Brahma looking out for us, basically.
The Earth is not a spinning ball. The Earth is flat and stationary with no movement below your feet. The firmament above us does the moving. Share this video to a friend. Watch out for more. This is for entertainment purposes only.
So outer space